Dr. Rauni, many people today, it's 2 million people in Denmark, they live in like a virtual reality. You know, I'm talking about Facebook, I'm talking about the so-called social medias, which are actually anti-social medias. Most people don't know who's behind the Facebook, and if you look, you might stumble upon CIA, DARPA program, come to Vatican. You know, control of knowledge, harvesting of knowledge, of energy. What do you think about these, you know, social behavior?
I think it's very negative. I think it's very, very negative that people are lured into giving all kinds of intimate, even information about themselves to anybody. And besides, there are identity thefts. I know for myself. Somebody gave me a tip that look at Facebook. I said, I have nothing to do with Facebook and I never will. Well, I clicked and there was a picture of me, an old one, with long hair and sideways. And there were people who had lined up as my friends. And then there was just false information about me from Wikipedia Encyclopedia. Now, for me, it was clear CIA, intelligence services, disinformation. So far, I haven't been able to get it out, but I hope someday they will take it because I've written to them. I said, this is identity theft. And this is what they're doing. But people give their information to anybody. And of course, the intelligence services are there and take every information. And when they need, they attack. So I have said to all my teenage friends that please don't put anything into Facebook because it can be misused. And why would you? I mean, if you want to have friends, you can call them or you can meet them instead of sitting hours and hours at the computer and then you're being beamed maybe. You can hit it. I know of a Swiss young man, 20 years old, got a heart attack when he was at the computer. Of course, you can't prove that somebody beamed him, but it is a possibility. And then, like with the TV, you can be influenced with the PC and with the TV and through the radio and through all these virtual reality gadgets. So they're not good for your health. And people should avoid as much as possible.
And you know, it's just, I have noticed, you know, the addiction, it becomes like it's a trap they come into, and then it works like the Trojan horse that takes over the control of, actually you could say, the mind. It's like it becoming a possession. And sometimes
that's right.
When I've been watching the computer, it's like I feel that something is going on, you know, in the flat screens, in the behind of the screen, and then I shut it off and do something else, or dish switch or whatever.
Yeah.
But it seems like it's doing kind of a spider's web. You know, it's like getting you hooked on and then sucking the energy.
That's right. Absolutely right.
Because, you know, 2 million people in 3 years' time or something in Denmark have hooked up. In 3 years' time, 2 million people.
How many million are you? 5?
5.5.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's
a lot. And it gets worse.
It gets worse and worse. And what we have been talking about a lot today is people need to take back the power. They need to think for themselves. They need to start to judge for themselves, to feel, is it true or is it not true?
Exactly.
But what is happening with the Facebook or the other social medias in my universe, and probably yours as well, is that I see that people become disconnected from reality and hooked up to the virtual reality.
That's right.
And that's what they want, because that's part of the mind control program.
Of course. Instead of being with friends and talking with them, they sit and look at television, or they are at the computer, and it's an addiction. It really is like nicotine is an addiction. So going to the PC all the time, and especially the games that are meant for children. I was shocked to find out that they use the same aggressive films for children than they use for the education of American soldiers going to war. Now that's very destructive for the children. And once they get hooked up, you know, they're there for time, you know, many hours, and you can't get them out. You know, there's a fight if you say you have to get out, you have to go take a walk in the fresh air. No, they want this. So that is something that's going to maybe change, because all we need is a catastrophe with taking electricity away from the whole world. Then everything everything collapses. Because in the Western world anyway, because we are so dependent on electricity and all the gadgets. You can't drive a car if you don't get benzene, and all the gas stations, work mechanically. I mean, no more the old-fashioned one, and everything collapses. I wonder if that's going to happen, because I think that some time ago, it was a few years ago, southern Sweden went black, totally black, fourth of the country. That could have been an exercise. When New York went black, once, the lifts don't work and anything. But one positive thing was, and there's always good sides and bad sides, the positive thing was that after 9 months, so many new babies were born, because they had nothing else to do but make love.
Yeah.
So there's always something good in the bad.
We keep coming back to love is the answer for everything.
That's right.
So that's good. Okay, so get off Facebook and get into reality and visit your friends in real time.
Yeah, and go to the nature. Walk in the nature. See how the flowers are blooming and coming up, and stop there, look at the birds, listen to their singing. I mean, there's no better music than the nature gives you. But many, many young people rather listen to rock, which again is used for mind control. And many, many other things that they are using against the teenagers, who are totally unaware of what is happening and what they are trying to change them into a certain behavior which is negative. So listen to the birds, look at the sun, smile.
And make love.
And make love, yeah, right.
Okay.